Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Livingston, Montana. Okay, it's kind of early in the morning, and this is my 7th video that I've done in my series of COVID-19 positive thinking type, let's get out of the house and look at something different type videos, you know. For you folks that follow my channel, you know what I've been up to, and for you people that are first peeking in here, just go watch my other 6 videos. The very last 6 videos, and you'll catch right on. All right, enough of that. We're on the north side of town, the northeast side of Livingston, actually. And I thought I'd go north for a change, because I'm looking for any direction, any place where I can, you know, take people on these road touring trips. Now, okay, here's one thing I'm gonna take that window over there and lower it. The reason being is I get so much reflection off of this glass, it's not even funny. Okay, now people have probably heard me complain about the railroad system here in Livingston. It cuts the town right too. Well, these big brick buildings that you see right there, I don't want to stop because, you know, I just don't want to waste time. But those are the railroad maintenance yards. See them? See that big brick building? I said the railroad maintenance yard. The railroad cuts the town of Livingston in two from east to west. It goes right through the middle of town, causes a lot of jams and traffic jams and all that other stuff. But that's the yards anyway, the maintenance yards. Montana Rail Link is what it's called, okay? I don't know how much I won't be able to tell until I get on playback what I captured there, but that area right there is the railroad maintenance yards. We got a great, excuse me, I almost dropped my iPhone. I haven't had enough coffee in me. I'm trying to get this video shot early this morning just because some days I'm running later than I'd like. But anyway, we're going to go down here to a place called Miles Road. And then I'm going to hang a left on Miles Road. And then we're going to be heading due north. Right now, we're heading northeast. Look at my mirror right there. See? But anyway, once I turn up here on Miles Road, we'll be headed due north, out of town. We're on the northeast side of Livingston. I just thought I'd go out to a place called Megas Road. And what's out there? Well, for one thing, our local shooting range, gun range, firearms range, practice range is out there, which I know some people aren't interested in all that. I've had people, let me see here. I gotta go down here. Oh man. I think I must have missed Miles Road. You guys are gonna have to forgive me, you know. In fact, I know I did. Oh yeah, I missed it right. Okay, I gotta turn. I was jabbering and yeah, Miles Road is right here. I went down one road too far. If you're not paying attention, you know, some of these roadways in Livingston are kind of narrow and whatnot. That's what I was looking at right there, Miles Road, okay? Anyway, right now that I'm gonna hang a right, we're gonna be heading due, we'll say northwest there, but no, it should say north, yeah, it said north. Okay, we got a runner up here. That's good. As long as I don't stop and kiss that woman on the mouth. I'm just kidding. I guess I'll be doing social distancing. I got a story I'm going to tell you guys at the end of this little run up here. Anyway, I'm going down Miles Road, headed due north, out of Livingston, Montana. I will intersect with a place called the Megas Road. M-E-G-I-S, Megas. And that'll be about the extent of my little trip for today. You know, like I've alluded to several times, I don't have to be making these videos, but I'm trying to do my little part, slipping in my little bits of advice and everything to try to help what few people I can through this epidemic or pandemic known as COVID-19 or the coronavirus. I'm one guy that's just not bucking down to this thing. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to give up hope. and I'm encouraging you to be a good chair and strong will. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about. The rest of this stuff I'm doing, this is just all fill-in. I've been slipping my subliminal messages in here, if that's what you want to call them, the best I can. And I'm also running my house out of not toilet paper, but paper towels and Windex, trying to keep these windshields on my pickup clean so I can do these videos. Because I'm always running into mud. There's always some kind of dirty film that screws up my video graphing through on my pickup here. I was noticing yesterday that the video I did was not specifically as clear as it should have been, and I knew doggone well it was because my windshields had just a little bit of hazy dirt and mud on them. But then again, I've been on some muddy roads. Okay, we are north of Livingston. The city limits is out here somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of nice houses out here too, by the way. Okay, we're on Megas Road right now. I know that for an absolute fact. Yeah, this country's changed a lot since I've lived in Livingston for 15 years, and a lot of these are new builds out here for you folks that are interested in, real estate. There's been quite a bit of development on the very north side, of Livingston here, and so, but this is really technically, I know we're out of town, and this firing range, this gun range, or whatever have you, you are supposed to be 3 miles out of the city limits of Livingston, Montana, before you are allowed to discharge any kind of firearms, a bow, a slingshot, a BB gun, anything that shoots a projectile. I had a Livingston cop tell me that. That's a fact. So, it's supposed to be a city ordinance. I don't know. I didn't check with the city council, but that's what I've been told. Got a lot of game running right through the middle of Livingston. I've recorded it before on my channel. Deer, mostly deer, mostly mule deer, but there's a lot of animals out here, antelope, whitetail, mule deer. And of course, the further you get out in the middle of nowhere, then you run into, elk, if you will. Elk don't habitate too awful close to town here. However, I do know a place south of town where they're only, in the wintertime, they'll bunch up, and it's only, in some of them fields out there, it's only, like 4 miles out of town, so there you are. But anyway, let me roll down this window here and give you a look out that way. But we are due north of Livingston, simple as that. So if you like what you're seeing, fine. I'm trying to pivot this around my shoulder the best I can. If you like what you're seeing, fine. If you don't, well, I can't really say as I blame you, because it's not, in my humble opinion, it's not real awful picturesque out here, Okay, let's see, how many minutes do I got? 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes, okay, doing okay. Sorry about the bobbing and weaving around with this camera, but it's really hard for me to drive. Hold this little selfie stick, i.e. tripod, try to do all this stuff. I just do the best I can, and I really do, man. When I do these driving videos, I just kind of wing it, because I never know what kind of problems I'm going to run into. Mostly sun glare and that kind of stuff. Anomalies, light anomalies, reflections, and stuff off the windshield. Makes for some poor visuals. I don't like that. Okay, right here, this road up to the right. This is a Livingston Park County Rod and Gun Club is exactly what they call this. On my channel here, I'm not sure if I have too many videos of me shooting fire. Yeah, I've got a few videos, just a few, of me out here dinking around with some of my firearms that cost $50 a year. $50 a year, which I think is plumb ridiculous. But they do have a nice archery range, a rimfire range, that's 22s, shotgun range, black powder, rifles, rifle range, and here's a bunch of these stanchions right here, and I'll go right on down there. And See, you'll see that for members only, blah, blah, blah. You know, some of these guys that hang around here really, I can honestly say, aren't my cup of tea, so to speak, you know. I'm not too big on joining clubs. That's fact. But anyway, I can't go in here because I don't have my dues paid, $50 a year. Let me back up this road, get out of here, turn around. I'll show you back up that way. Knowing myself, I'll probably, oh man. Well, okay. That was a weird way to turn around, ladies and gentlemen, but oh man, I don't know, man. I can say these videos that I do, they may seem simple in nature, but there's quite a bit of dexterity involved, so I can try to keep some kind of sense, do my narration, drive, and all that, you know. Okay, here's a good view right here. We are approximately 3 miles north of Livingston, Montana, and this is what you get to look at out here. I had one of my subscribers was thinking about looking at some land out this way, but I never did pan out. But that's the kind of view that you'd have out here on Megas Road if you did, you know, buy some property out here and build, because there's a lot of new builds out here, like I say, you know. But I'm not in the real estate business, but I do end up answering a lot of questions from a few of my subscribers about people wanting to move to Montana, you know, real estate questions and all that kind of stuff. I got to keep reminding people, I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a house builder. All I can do is just give simple advice for whatever good it may do. Okay, one thing I want to say is yesterday, when I made a run up to Mill Creek. Look at video number 6, my last video, you'll catch right on. I happened to notice that there was a ton of people out and about. You know, in the state of Montana, they encourage us to go out on BLM land, you know, public lands, Forest Service lands and all that. They just don't want us, you know, getting too close socially. You know, we got to do this 6-foot thing and all that. But anyway, I go up Mill Creek. I got a story to tell. I'm going to tell it real quick. I go up Mill Creek. I photograph that the best I can. And when I shut that my iPhone off and everything, I reviewed the footage, if you will, to make sure I had a decent recording. I get that little chore done. I put my pickup in gear, go on up the road, and I only went up the road about not even a quarter of a mile, just went around a couple little corners, and there sat 3 outfits, all out of state, and they're fishing on Mill Creek. Now, Mill Creek is not normally, in the years past, it hasn't been open this time of the year. By the way, it's the 5th of April of 2020. But there was 3 out-of-staters, like I say, fly fishing, and they were on private property. I'm telling you what, that made me madder than hell. I've got very little patience for people that come up into the state and do all what they do, and I don't want to get into it. Or otherwise, this is going to be a rant video, and I don't want it to be that way. So I go up and I turn around and I drive by these idiots real slow, and I'm just shaking my head thinking, you know, I'm really tempted to get on my iPhone, call the local game warden and report these clowns, but I thought, well, they'll get caught sooner or later, you know, because that's the way it always happens up in this country. People think that this country is so big and remote that they can get away with bloody murder. Don't work out that way. Don't kid yourself about any of this. So anyway, I'm blasting into town. I'm on US 89 coming back into Livingston, and lo and behold, out there by the slide area, out by Carr's Bridge, I spot the old game warden. That's fact. I spotted him in his truck. He was, there was all kinds of people out and fishing, and it was kind of a nice day yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, boy, these people, a lot of people weren't really practicing, you know, social distancing like I thought they should be. Anyway, I whipped my pickup around, and I had to kind of squirm around real quick so I could pin this old game warden down before he got away from me. And anyway, I come up to him. I stood about 10 feet away from his pickup. He had his window rolled down, but I'm looking, you know, I'm talking to him through the other side, the shotgun side of his pickup. And I asked him, I said, officer, I said, is Mill Creek open for fishing? And he goes, yeah. And then he explained to me that, you know, that they changed the laws up there. Mill Creek was open for fishing. And I told him, I said, well, look, I ran into a bunch of guys. They were on that private property up there because that's a no-no in the state of Montana. Well, the Forest Service bought somebody out. They bought 3/4 of a mile of Mill Creek. And so come to find out what these clowns are doing, whether I liked it or not, weren't really breaking any laws unless they didn't have a Montana state fishing license, out-of-state fishing license. But when I told the old game warden that I was looking at a bunch of out-of-state plates, he got pretty interested in a quick hurry. Now, I'm getting to a point here, ladies and gentlemen. He told me, he said, look, I'm going to go up there and check these guys out anyway, you know, even though what I had to tell him, they weren't breaking any laws because they changed everything out in Mill Creek. Look, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to be a crab this morning, even though I haven't had my coffee. But why can't people stay the hell out of Montana until this COVID-19 is over with? You know, if all you tourist wannabes and pilgrims and flatlanders and Montana wannabes and all that, stay the hell out of this state until this deal is done. You know, all summer long, we have to put up with tourists and every other thing, but I can't bitch too much because the state of Montana, and there's a lot of businesses that make a lot of money off of tourism. Tourism is the #1 industry in the state of Montana right now. But for a guy like me, that's a native Montanan, I can tell you one thing. I don't really like it. I'm not attached to the tourist business in any way, shape, or form, but some of the things that these people do that don't live in the state of Montana caused me to have a raised eyebrow. Okay, that's the end of it. But, you know, I do want to say this much. I hope you folks are getting along okay. Be of good cheer, be strong, and all the stuff that I've said, you know, in my other videos. Okay, that's all I've got to say here. Take care of yourselves. And like I'm famous or infamous for saying, we shall see you on down the trail. And adios, my friends. Boop.